What you say?
I told you that it's time to start the show.
That you only meant well.
Yeah, the show's gonna do
Of
well.
course you did. What you say?
I said let's go.
That it's all for the best.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like the best
Of course it
podcast.
is. What you say?
God, do I have to keep repeating myself?
Just what we need. You decided this.
Hold up, I
What
thought we
you
both
say?
decided to do this.
What did she say?
I said let's start the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to Whatcha Say, an OC podcast. My name is Elyse Daly,
And I am Scott Daly.
and together
We're the Dailies. The folks at home will never know this, but that was take number 2 on that particular introduction. I just want to say, my dear, you nailed it.
Thank you.
You nailed it.
I had to get the frogs out of my throat.
You got 'em out.
It helped. The
You got
coughs
those
helped.
frogs out and you gigged them. You gigged them.
I gigged a frog?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Gig 'em. That's like the Texas A&M slogan, you know, gig 'em.
Yeah, so
It's like when you, it's actually like horribly cruel. It kills the frog. I think it's when you like step on their head. Hold on, let me look
gosh.
this up. It's awful.
that doesn't sound very nice.
Gigging is a particularly cruel form of hunting that involves painfully stabbing frogs or other small animals with multi-pronged spears called gigs.
Oh,
so you just
gross.
stab them.
So that's what your whole thing means, is you're just trying to stab things?
Look, if there's one thing Texas A&M is not, it's concerned about animals.
But they're known for their veterinarian school.
Well, that's the greatest irony of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Man.
This is the podcast where each and every week my wife, Elyse, and I go through the hit 2000s teen drama, The OC, episode by episode. This week on the show, we are covering 2 episodes in Season 3. That's Season 3, Episode 23, The College Try, and Season 3, Episode 23, The Party Favor. In this one, we're going to prom, baby. I was right. We're going to prom.
You were right, but they've already been to prom before because they have this whole senior prom thing that
We're
nobody
going
does.
to senior prom, baby.
Yeah.
And I think you
fine.
and I, we talked about prom the last time around, but maybe we'll talk about prom
did.
again because no one remembers that. And by no one, I mean me.
Okay.
I don't remember that conversation. I remember we had the conversation.
Yeah, because we talked about my dress and then I pulled up a picture of my dress to show you.
I-
But there's something I will bring up about my prom this go around that I probably didn't bring up about it last time.
Uh-oh.
If we remember to have this part of the conversation.
If we remember to have
Yes.
it. Okay.
But before we do that, we're going to get into everyone's favorite part of the show, which is our roses and thornies.
Why do you keep calling it that? It really bums me out for the entire...
Because that's what you wrote as my line.
Where?
But before we get into this episode, it's time for everyone's favorite section.
I don't think I wrote that.
I didn't write that, so that's what I've been saying for however long.
Well-
You've been wanting me to do that.
It's time for everyone's least favorite section.
But it's not their least favorite section, I'm sure.
It just it gives me a bum mood for the other 2/3 of the podcast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
can we talk about the rosies and thornies, please?
Yeah, we can.
What is that?
Well, it's the part where we look back on the week. We talk about the good, the bad, what we like to call our rosies and our thornies. As always, we're going to start with the bad. So I'm going to start first.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to gig this frog in my throat.
Yeah. Did you stab
Gigged.
it? Stab it
Gigged.
hard?
Yeah, got it.
You know what, Scott? We made it to week 38. We're excited that we made it that far, but I'm pretty much over this whole being pregnant thing.
Oh.
It hasn't been a bad run. I'll admit it, as compared to probably a lot of people's. It's been fairly easy.
Yeah.
But
But there's been no running.
I'm getting pretty annoyed with all of the stuff at the end, and I'm just I'm done. I'm done with it, and I can't just be done. I'm used to saying, like I'm done with something and moving on, and I can't with this.
You can't quit 38 weeks pregnancy.
Well, no, I can say that I'm done, but I'm
can't
not.
quit.
I have not a lot of control over that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm trying. I'm doing what I can to control the situation. I am walking a lot.
We're walking a whole lot. We're walking
I'm eating
all
spicy
over town.
food.
We did. I extra spiced the meal tonight for you.
Yes.
Accidentally.
I'm doing all of the things that they say are safe to do. Not drinking the castor oil that they say is
Gross. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
No, they say it's really bad for you.
Yeah. It's castor oil.
But man, Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to get this thing out.
Yeah, he's gonna come any day now, but we don't know what day that is. So we're just in what they call in helicopter training school a holding pattern.
Yeah.
We're gonna be helicopter parents, and I don't mean like the colloquial term. I just mean we're gonna be like really into helicopters.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get our boy
Yeah.
like
His whole
he's gonna-
nursery is just helicopter themed.
Oh my god, it's
We
everywhere.
actually got the tail from a helicopter and was able to like turn that into part of his bookshelf.
Yeah, and I mean no spoilers, but we've named him Helicopter Daily.
Yeah, first name Hella.
First
middle
name
Copter.
Hella. Stupid. I love when I laugh
Hey,
at my
Hella.
own jokes. Man, Hella, you cool. You hella cool.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about my thorn?
Yeah, let's talk about
My
it.
thorn is related to your thorn. Because we're trying to get this baby out of your belly. So we're going on these long walks.
Yeah.
And because we're going on these very, very long walks, we're taking our dogs. And Penny, or as I have dubbed her, the Bark Machine Supreme, she's a bad dog. She's a bad dog. So Penny was purchased in
November.
Penny joined our family.
2019.
It's a better way of saying it than was purchased.
We
Penny
paid for her.
joined our family in November of 2019. She spent 4 lovely months with us being a normal dog in a normal world, and then the entire world shut down, and we spent basically the next year of her life in our house, and we didn't see anyone, and so our dog has become very
Socialized.
very desocialized, and so she has decided that the thing she loves to do is bark at everything, at people, at other dogs, at children, which is concerning considering we're going to have a baby in this house in a couple days.
And if she barks and wakes that baby up,
What are you going to do?
I'm going to spank her and I'm going to lock her in her crate.
Going to spank her. Oh, she won't know what to do. She'll cry. That dog, you got her.
I'm going to get a bark collar.
I don't
what
think
I'm
it's
gonna
going to
do.
be that bad. I think I'm not. It's always going to be a
She's
pain
going to
on
be out in the
walks.
yard,
Yes.
which is the window closest to our little guy's room.
Well, why did we put the nursery there? Major error.
Well, it's
Babe.
too late to move everything now.
No, we're doing it. Let's move it all.
Well, I'm no help to you, so good luck. All on your own.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So that's that's
Now
our
we'll just
life
get our
right
bark
now.
collar. We'll get our bark collar. It'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll wait till it's an issue, and then we'll get her one.
That was my thorn though. She's very annoying on walks, and she's embarrassing. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It really is.
I don't
What
like
if we
it.
get a muzzle?
No, we can't do that to our poor sweet dog.
Why not?
Our poor sweet Barkmaster Supreme.
I mean, hey, she's not going to behave.
Yeah, I hope that because this little dude's probably not going to come for like another week just to piss us off, and so we're going to be going on like a million walks, which arguably we should be doing anyway, just like because we have dogs, but we're bad dog owners and we don't do that as much as we should. But hopefully she'll learn how to behave. That's my fingers crossed on this bad boy.
Okay.
All right,
Fingers crossed, indeed.
That was my thorn.
Yep. Well, my rose Scott,
Yeah,
we're able
what
to
is
go
it?
on walks at any time of the day. I guess as long as you're not working, because I'm on spring break.
Woo, spring
I made it
break, woo.
to spring break. That was the goal as far as not giving birth too early. Now he can come anytime that he wants. But spring break, I get to be at the house. I'm going to do some cleaning. Going to do maybe some food prep this week. Just get a little bit of me time before I'll have no more me time forever. And it'll be nice. It's much different than last year's spring break. I think about the time that I went by myself to the grocery store last year as opposed to this year. And everything was getting cleared off the shelves. The lines were so long. Everyone was saying, fill up your car with gas. You're not going to have any gas. Get all the paper products you can. Get everything you can. It was a madhouse. But now, Scott.
This is your rose, and you're
Yeah.
bringing it to pandemic town.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's spring break. It's exciting. I'm enjoying it. Sleeping in. Got bagels from a really good place this week. I'm going to get bagels from another place tomorrow. We're going to compare, see which bagel place we like more.
Which place are you going to tomorrow?
It's the one across the street from the really good donut place.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's important that we have bagel talk on our OC podcast because, as we've mentioned a few times, bagels are very important to the OC.
Yes, and this place that is across from the really good donut place, every weekend they make rainbow bagels. But we don't have those. But I guess rainbow bagels are flavored plain bagels, just with food coloring. So if you want a plain on plain, you could really get a rainbow on plain.
You have my attention.
Yeah.
Can I get a plain on plain rainbow bag? Rainbow cream cheese.
I don't think they have rainbow cream cheese.
No, I need it. I need it. Call them up. Tell them plain on plain, rainbow ×2.
Okay. I'll see if they have that tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they won't because it's not the weekend.
Here, I want to poll our audience.
If we
here.
like the plain bagels and my selection of bagels better at this place, then we can go back over the weekend and get you a rainbow bagel.
Okay. I want to poll the audience here because I think it's really important. Elyse just said something. She slipped something into her conversation that matters a great deal to me, and it's right across from the best donut place. And here's how I feel about donuts. All donuts taste the same.
They don't.
Folks,
they do not. It's all in the glaze.
It's all the same, baby.
No, it's not.
At least the first thing when we moved into this area she did is like toured the donut places on consecutive days.
You gotta find your local donut place,
baby.
There's some other ones that are closer to this place that are Dallas legends that I haven't been to yet.
Let me tell you something about fried dough with chocolate on it. You can't screw it up. It's fried dough with chocolate on it.
And again, my argument that I made this morning is you can taste a difference in bagels. So that's good. You can taste a difference in bagels.
That's
I can taste a difference in donuts.
Different. It's
like
totally different.
chocolate cake. No. There are different types of chocolate cake.
Yeah, but that's not the same. A donut, by definition, is a certain kind of cake. It's a certain kind of donut.
There are cake donuts.
Yeah.
There are also yeast donuts.
Yeah. And they're all the same.
Yeast is very fickle.
It's the same,
no,
babe.
It's not.
It's not the same. Baby. It's chocolate on fried dough.
Well,
you can't go wrong.
Maybe that's the thing is I don't eat that type of donut.
Well,
so the types of donuts that I eat taste different.
Well, that's because you're making the wrong choices.
You don't even eat the chocolate donut. You eat this filled donut
with chocolate on top of it.
Yeah, but isn't the filling different in some places?
No, it's custard filling. It's all the same, baby. It's all the same.
It's not all
It is all the same. You know what? We can't spend enough time on this. We have to start the donut show in which we try donuts from across America and see if there's any difference.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Bring me all the donuts and tell me there's a difference.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. A new donut shop every weekend.
Can I talk about my rose?
Yeah, but my rose for next week is going to be our donut adventure. So I hope you're ready for that.
I hope our son is ready for that because
he's going to have a sugar
rush. We're going to
rush.
sell our house and live in a mobile home and travel across America eating donuts.
Oh, I'm so
getting
excited.
Diabetes.
I'm not about the second part, but I'm excited about our donut adventures. Okay, I'm sorry, Scott. Your rose. Please do share.
My rose for this week is I got a new job, kind of. I'm still at the same company I was at, but I'm filling in. Someone just resigned from a role, and I'm kind of joining the team to do another role. This is very good for me because, as I mentioned as a thorn a couple weeks ago, it's been a pretty barren work time for old Scott.
February wasn't the best.
February was not good. And hey, did you know that when you buy a house, it's really expensive? And I've been slowly watching my bank account. So I really was getting to a point where I needed something to happen. And by the grace of God, something happened.
Answered prayer.
And I'm stepping into a new role in this organization. I'm getting more responsibility. I'm still an hourly employee for now. That's why, like, normally in my old job, if I had nothing to do, it would be sweet because I just keep getting paid and have nothing to do. This is not so much because I'm hourly. So they're hoping to bring me on full time to step into this role. And that's very exciting for me because we have a baby on the way and housing is expensive. And your job is wonderful, babe, but it doesn't quite cover it for us. I would love if it could. I would love if I could stay home
if it could too.
and take care of. Ooh, I just smacked the shit out of my microphone. Oops. I would love if I could stay home and take care of the bebe and be a stay-at-home dad. Nothing would make me happier than doing that and getting to do all my Doof Media stuff on the side. I would love it. Can't afford that. So I'm excited about this job.
Maybe one day. You can just do a little part-time something, and
Yeah.
I can do,
I mean, it would be great if I could do like part-time hourly work at the company I'm currently
Yeah.
working for,
we'll see.
one day. But we're not quite there yet. But so it's exciting. I feel good. I feel relaxed for the first time.
You were getting pretty
It's
stressed
a bundle of stress.
out. Yeah, you are.
Just had to gig it. That stress. Just had to gig it.
Just gotta stab it. Be very vicious.
But yeah, we're feeling good. We might not be talking to y'all next week.
We don't really know the state of how things are going to work.
We're one
I'm over
episode-
this whole pregnancy thing, and so maybe he listens to me today because he's been doing a good job of listening to me, staying put when he needs to stay put.
Yeah, why don't you just take a quick lap around the house, just do a quick joggerooskies while eating some peppers.
I shouldn't have thrown the other jalapeno away.
Some ghost peppers.
Should have kept the other half of the jalapeno.
It is kind of fascinating how many wives' tale stories there are about how to go into labor. Like, I mean, it's with anything
There are like specific salads that you're supposed to order from different. I mean, like it's
like I looked it up on Google, and there's like whole restaurants that pride themselves on like there's one place that has a certain pizza that they're reported like actually sends women into labor when they eat it, and
Do you
some
wanna
people
know-
swear by it.
It's not that happens. It's just that. So one of the symptoms of labor is stomach sickness, like diarrhea.
Gross.
And so by eating food that gives you diarrhea, it is making your body like move further along. So it's all it is making your stomach sick.
Sweet, let's get some Chinese food from that one place I went to.
No.
We had
That would be poisoning.
This is a complete anecdote, but we had a Chinese food restaurant, a local Chinese food restaurant that we really, really loved. Loved them so much. We ordered for them all the time. They would deliver it to us, and we'd eat it. It was so, so, so good. One day, we were out, and we decided, let's get some Chinese. And we're like, we're not going to pay a delivery fee because we're out already. I'll just go pick it up. And so we walked by the place, and I walked in the restaurant, and it was the dirtiest, smelliest, most disgusting restaurant I've ever seen. And it completely killed any desire.
Never going back there.
Now, I will say, we still ate all the food that I picked up because we had paid for it already.
But have we gone back?
No, we haven't. And we never
No,
ever
we
will.
won't. We won't get food from there.
Gross.
Again. Yeah.
But maybe now, babe. Is it true that if you sneeze really hard, the baby comes out?
Only in Simon Birch.
Should I put some pepper under that nose of yours?
No, not
little
true.
Pepper.
Not true.
I mean, have you tried it?
I have been sneezing and coughing, and the baby has not fallen out.
That doesn't seem like scientific proof. There might be just a certain number of sneezes. Like it's 57 sneezes and baby comes out. Okay, we'll try it. I got a feather. I'll just...
While I'm sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, can we talk about the OC now?
We can. I was trying to get there, and then you just kept on chasing bunnies.
Everyone was very concerned with my Chinese food anecdote.
I mean, they were. Yeah. Okay, so this week we watched season 3, episode 22, called The College Try. It was written by J.J. Philbin and directed by Tony Warmby.
Dream
and
team.
then The Party Favor is the 23rd episode of season 3 of The OC, written by John Stevens, directed by Michael Lang. The original air dates were April 20th and 27th, just a week apart.
In the year 2006.
Yeah, I forgot the year.
All right, let's talk about these episodes. First up, The College Try. Graduation is just weeks away, and Ryan, Seth, Summer, and Marissa leave Newport to attend their respective pre-frosh orientations at UC Berkeley and Brown. While dropping the boys off at the airport, Kirsten is surprised to see Teresa and her all-too-familiar-looking baby boy. While visiting Brown, Seth runs into Anna on the quad, and they instantly connect. Could this be the end of Summer and Seth? Meanwhile, Kirsten and Sandy attend a hospital benefit where Kirsten vents her frustrations and falls back into an old habit.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say, babe, that was a pretty well-written summary. It's catchy. It pulls you along.
I did a good job, you say?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you didn't write this one, did you? Did you write
I wrote
that?
this one.
You're lying. Are you lying? It's in
am.
a different
I'm
font.
lying.
It's in a
I'm
different
lying.
font. That's how I know you didn't write it.
I'm lying. Yes, but at least I'm being honest about it. And
So-
Scott, okay, so here's the deal, Scott.
Uh-huh.
What I think about this episode,
Yeah.
because I know what you're going to tell.
It is because I ask it every week.
I think I have to agree with when we were watching this episode. Do people actually do this? No, they don't. They have orientation after you've already signed that you are going to places. They have weekends where you can visit before you're actually accepted, but they don't have this type of weekend to where it's like, I'm accepted. Yay, I'm going to go and now see what it's like to be a freshman there, to get excited about college. That does not happen.
I think this might be an Ivy League thing. I don't know for
Really?
sure. Well, yeah, because like I just looked it
But
up.
Berkeley's not Ivy League.
No, but pre-frosh is actually a thing. But I don't. So in
Well,
this,
ask your cousin.
I will. In this show, well, he didn't go to Harvard undergrad. He went to Harvard MBA. So I don't think it would be the same.
Well, I could ask my cousin, but we don't really talk.
That's a weird flex that I just did right there. I think it's strange because like what the show made this weekend seemed to be was you're touring the campus, getting an understanding of the facilities and like where the dorms are and where the CAF is and where your classes are going to be. Like Ryan goes on a tour of the architecture building.
And you're partnered with a freshman student to really help make you feel like you're a part of the school.
And I mean, and maybe things have changed since I went to college, which was only 3 years before this episode came out. You did all that before you applied?
Yeah, you visit the campus.
And you tour the campus and you see like, that was all a pre-application dealio. I know they needed like a reason to do this because we have this wonderful scene where Seth flies to Brown to talk someone into letting them in, which is the worst plan he's ever had.
Anna's gonna go to Brown too, and yay, Anna's back.
Yay, I love Anna. I actually wasn't happy to see Anna come back, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
But overall, I liked this episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
I'm not thrilled about Teresa coming back, but it feels like they're not really doing anything with her.
At least it wasn't his kid.
Yeah, at least they didn't say, the thing they left over from the end of, or I don't know, from some point in season.
End of season 1, beginning of season 2.
Yeah. They like had this mystery open, like where she lies about having a miscarriage and tells Ryan that, but she's still pregnant and we never figured out if it's his baby or not. But we learned this time it is definitively not his baby. Yeah. So yay.
They had a paternity test.
Yeah.
I think we should get one of those.
What?
I'm just kidding. We don't need to. I know it wasn't you. I'm just kidding.
Wow. You just put me on blast. You like wait until we get in front of the microphones and it's like, all right, how shitty can I make Scott look this week?
I'm just having a good old joke.
I know. I don't know. There's just a lot to like here. There's a lot to not like here, but we'll get into that in a second. But overall, I think this should have been the episode that happened months and months ago. Like the visiting the colleges episode should have happened before they applied, obviously. But yeah, I mean, the more I read about this pre-frosh thing, it seems like it is an Ivy League thing. I don't know why they would be having it at Berkeley other than Berkeley's, is it? No, Berkeley's not Ivy League.
There's 4 Ivy Leagues.
Harvard. Yale, Brown,
Princeton. I think that's right.
Are we sure?
I don't know. That's my guess.
Ivy League schools. This is great audio here. Whoa, there's way more than that.
I thought there were only 4.
There's Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, Brown, Dartmouth, Penn, and Cornell.
When did there become more than 4?
Who let Penn in? You know? Penn.
Yeah. What's up with this?
Somewhere we have a listener from Penn that's like, what the fuck? Anyway, the important thing is this was silly, and we'll get into why in a little bit.
Okay.
Are you ready to? Oh, did you have something you wanted to say? You look like you had something you wanted to say.
No, I had to scratch my eye. I did that.
Your cornea?
No, the outside, right where the mascara is.
Mascara.
I think
goop.
I might have those little mites in my eyelashes.
Gross.
Yeah.
Next, we move on to our second episode of the week, The Party Favor.
Yes.
Harbor's... Oh, sorry.
I get to read this
one. Oh, God, I'm so embarrassed. Please, Elyse, please forgive me.
I'm going to make my mites eat you during the night.
Your mites?
My eyelash mites.
Gross.
I don't think I have them. Maybe I don't know. Okay. Harbor School's senior prom brings out the best and the worst in everyone. Taylor hits a high at prom while Summer falls flat with her surprising prom date. Seth and Anna come up with a prom plan to win Summer back. Meanwhile, Marissa convinces Volchik to go to prom, and Ryan brings an unexpected old flame. When one of the girls is elected prom queen, it truly becomes a night to remember. Later, when Taylor's prom funds are missing, Ryan returns to his old ways and prom night turns brutal. That's it. So, Scott, what'd you think of this episode?
You know, I quite liked it.
Did you like this prom episode better than the last prom episode? Do you remember the last one? It was with George Lucas where Adam Brody and... I don't know why I said Adam Brody instead of Seth Cohen. When Seth and Zach they were going in the wrong places. And then, Seth realized at the table with George Lucas that he should have been at prom instead.
I did not. One thing I've learned about prom, though, is I love prom episodes on TV shows.
Why?
They're always some of my favorite episodes of the show. The Buffy episode of prom, that was so good. That was such a good episode of prom. And these are not like the best episodes, but I am very, very thankful that they decided to wrap up the whole stupid Seth and Summer thing in this prom episode, that they didn't carry it over into more episodes, that we finally wrap that all up. But more on that in a little bit. But I liked it. It was fun. I think it's weird how like they like the prom episode happened in a time where like every single one of the main characters is separated from their normal partner, and so they were all just with like complete randos, which was weird. It was a little weird, but
I mean, Ryan and Seth weren't with complete randos.
Yeah, well, Seth is with Anna, who just like rolled back into the show just suddenly in the last episode, and then flew 2,000 miles across the country to help Seth get back with Summer, which ends up being just legit. I really thought she was trying to intentionally tank their relationship because she's still in love with Seth. But no, she just literally she's just being nice. Thanks, Anna.
Everyone liked Anna.
Goodbye forever.
Go be in more music videos.
What?
I think we went over this last time. She was in that one music video on the train.
Ah, yes. The very well-known music video called...
Yeah, Michael knows what I'm talking about.
On the Train.
No, it's the... What's his name?
On the Train.
I can't even think about it. Is it James?
On the train.
I can't remember. I'll think of it later.
I don't know why I'm doing this to the West Virginia song.
I don't know either.
On the train. And on the train.
Okay, let's move on. So...
Music video.
Okay. Scott, after
train.
both of these episodes, watching them, we have our Rosies and Thornies for both of these episodes. So go ahead.
So our least and most favorite parts of the episode itself.
Do you want to go ahead and share what your thorn was first?
My gosh, I do.
Okay.
And you know what it is? I'm going to feel like a broken record here, but it continues to piss me off.
Okay.
The Seth and Summer drama over these last four.
Their drama specifically?
It's one of those things we talked about on the show before, but I think it's never been as big as it is right now, which is their only issue is that they're refusing to talk to each other. And it's like the two characters are in a scene together, and one of them's like, I just really need to talk to you. And there's like, I don't listen. And I'm just like, just say the words. Just have the words come out of your mouth, and she will hear them, because that's how listening works. And I just feel like this whole thing, it went over 4 episodes, this fight between Seth and Summer, this late season fight between Seth and Summer. And it was just nothing. It was nothing. It was a complete misunderstanding brought about by a stupid lie that didn't make any sense in the first place. And it doesn't make any sense why he's so hesitant to tell the truth. And they try to say, well, because she's got the note and if I screw up again, she'll deliver the note to... Like, what are your parents going to do? What are your parents going to do? Oh, I smoked pot.
I don't know, Scott. Maybe we'll find out.
I think we will find out. But I don't know. Like, what all has he done that's so terrible that it's unforgivable if his parents find out about this, besides smoking pot?
Which Sandy, of course, did when he was in college.
Does. I know it's never been textual in the show, but there is no doubt in my mind that Sandy Cohen, Yeah, he gets up at 5 a.m. and goes surfing and doesn't blaze up. Come on. Sandy Cohen, like, always has a weed pipe in the breast pocket of his suit. There's no doubt in my mind. Look at him.
Is that where
Look
he
at
gets his
those eyebrows.
superpowers as a dad?
Yeah, maybe he quit pot, and that's why he's been such a douche lately.
Yeah, he just needs to be a little bit more
Yeah,
relaxed.
gotta light up. Gotta get that cotton. Wait, is that weed or is that? I don't know. I don't know how. What are drugs?
I don't know why you're asking me.
What are drugs? I've never done those.
Yeah,
Mushrooms scare me.
they all scare me, Scott.
Mushrooms scare me.
You know how much of a control freak I am.
You gotta let that go, baby.
No.
You just blaze up and you'll just lose control.
That did not sound appealing to me.
So yeah, I just, this whole Seth Summer thing, like, there's good parts about it. I mean, like, I actually love the moment where he finally comes clean to her and she just gets it. And like, it's like, fucking finally. And even though she's wasted, and I love how she says, she calls him out on how stupid everything was. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And then I flew to Brown to convince the admissions guy to let me in. Okay, no, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. And I guess Anna's role in it is, I mean, like, Anna's big role is telling Seth, hey, the Rhode Island School of Design, one of the best design schools in the country, is mere hours away from Brown. And you want to be an artist. So maybe that's where you should have applied to in the first place. And so it seems likely he's going to get into RISD. I still don't know what they're going to do and see it. This is my really interesting thing. If she goes to Brown, if he gets into RISD, and if Ryan goes to Cal, I don't know what the show is anymore. Maybe it's just about the adults now.
I don't know, Scott. That's something where we'll have to find out.
Obviously, something's going to happen. Something big's going to happen, but I don't know what it is.
That's why I want to wrap up the show and go watch the final 2 episodes tonight.
Yeah, well, we kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger. Because I think it ends with Marissa wasted, like, deciding that the only thing she's not worth any.
Ryan beating Volchek.
Well, yeah, Marissa's drunk. Ryan beats the shit out of Volchek. To be fair, Volchek tried to beat the shit out of him first, but this was the culmination of our Ryan hits a punching bag too hard section that we repeated a couple times throughout the season. Now he's hitting a punching bag that is Volchek, who, I mean, deserves it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was kind of it's an abrupt ending. I think
wasn't it?
You've kind of built up these last 2 episodes for me. Like, you've been talking about them for a while. And like, anytime we talk about the OC with any of our friends, like, the first thing you do is go, he hasn't seen the end of season 3. Don't. And so I'm like, standing over like, whoa, okay.
It's just like when you have a really big secret that you don't want anyone to spoil.
You scream it to the rafters.
I really am trying to protect the secret.
Okay, babe.
That's it.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Seth and Summer drama. That was my shitty part, and I'm glad it's over.
Okay.
And now maybe we can have 2 episodes where the drama does not center around Seth and Summer, unless he does. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. I mean, there's gonna be. So the episode ends with Summer is furious at Seth.
You're kind of spoiling a little bit of my rose, but that's fine. Go ahead.
With the note, go
ahead.
She drops off the note that has all Seth's sins on Sandy's desk before they head to prom, right? And so that's gonna be what I mean. That's gonna do something. I just don't know what yet, because I just have a hard time believing there's anything on that note that is bad enough that a parent like Sandy is gonna lose his shit. I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see.
Will you talk about your thorn?
Guys, Teresa's back, and we've already touched on how much we hate Teresa and the fact that she is back, but thankfully doesn't have Ryan's child, but she's back. And it wasn't just she was back for the first episode. She came back and then went to prom with Ryan in the second episode, and then like is still lingering at the end of this episode. And it's just... Everyone knows how I feel about Teresa. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows how Scott feels about Teresa. We were glad when she was gone. We're happy that she moved on. Like, way to go, Teresa, for getting a job in a hotel and working your way up. and really making a life for yourself and your kid.
She got
I'm so
promoted.
proud of you.
She got promoted 4 times in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah. I mean, like, way to go. You found something that you're good at and you're excelling. But Ryan doesn't need you. You have another guy that you have been friendly with. So don't just come back and reignite an old flame on a candle that has barely any wax left.
Oh, man. That imagery, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You're welcome.
I am blown away.
You're welcome.
Wow. Well, fortunately, she doesn't, right? Because the dude calls her while she's at prom with Ryan, and she's like, hey, Ryan, fuck you. I'm going to hang out with my new dude. Or did I just make that up? That happens, right?
Well, she answers the phone, but then she stays around afterwards, and they hang out, and they smooch.
They smooch?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't want them to smooch. Did I watch this episode?
I don't
remember.
know.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, and then I rewatched it yesterday. The parts that I missed.
Elise's review of episode 2 is, I fell asleep. And then I lied. You pulled a real Seth Cohen this week.
I know.
Because you fell
You kept
asleep.
saying that.
And then I said, Elise, did you fall asleep? And then you said,
Well, here's the
no.
deal, guys. You're 38 weeks pregnant, and you're
Oh,
horizontal on a couch.
It all comes back to the pregnancy. Who chose to be horizontal on that couch?
Who chose to get your wife pregnant?
Me?
Yeah. So really, it's all your fault.
I mean, I guess. If you go on a long enough timeline, it's like our great-grandparents' fault.
I rolled my eyes, everyone. That's what it was. I rolled my eyes. I know it's not great audio, but I'll tell you what I did anyways.
Okay. Is that all for
That's all, Teresa.
Teresa?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not going to be... Can you... Slight spoilers. Season 4, we're not going to be fucking with Teresa, are we?
No.
Okay, good. Good. No. Okay.
Not from what I recall.
So it's rose time, baby. And you want to know my roses? This is a tale of switching back and forth between rose and thorn. But my rose for this week is evil Sandy, who's gone just full villain mode by the end of these episodes. Like
he's not great.
And I think it's revealed at the end of this episode that he's going to be investigated for crimes, which
he never would have been before.
But he didn't do the crimes, but he did
allow them to happen
and hide the evidence of the crimes.
Put your phone down.
Sorry,
You're always on to me about being on my phone.
I wasn't on it. I was just playing.
Yours.
Babe, let me tell you something about podcasting that you might not know. Sometimes you just need something in your hand that you're doing.
You need a fidget.
You need a fidget. And my phone case
is that because you have
popping on and
ADHD?
off.
That's what we give to our kids that have ADHD.
Like, if you're not diagnosed, it don't count.
Yeah, it does.
What was I talking about? I forgot because my
Evil
attention
Sandy.
was evil Sandy.
Oh yeah, your attention. You're
Evil
talking about
Sandy.
attention and hyperactivity. Is that why your leg always bounces?
My attention was defecated, poopy. Evil Sandy.
Just say poop and move on.
Evil Sandy is great.
Okay.
He's
being investigated.
He's being
that's
investigated.
What we were talking about, yes.
And I mean, like, it's breaking poor Kirsten's heart, and it feels bad for me to be enjoying this with glee, but I am because like they're dealing with their shit now, and it's driving her to drink, and so that brings more conflict into the show. And I don't know, like the thing that excites me the most about this plotline is I don't know where it ends. I don't know if Sandy's gotten himself in too deep. Like, he can't just pull out now. Like, he can't just be like, oh yeah, I was investigating him too. Psych. He's the bad guy. I was on to him. He's in really deep. He's in trouble, our boy Sanford, and he's hiding it from anyone. He continues to lie to his wife. He continues to blow off his kids. He misses sending Seth off to the airport for his big college weekend, which is
he does.
Which is like first season Sandy. And even early third season Sandy would be so about all that.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that I don't like about this is I still have a very hard time believing this transition for Sandy. I don't think the show did a really great job of showing exactly why he's become this person. Besides, the hospital is really important to me. Like, that's it? That makes you behave like a completely different person?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
his family is really important to him, or was.
It was. He doesn't even know his wife is drinking. She only had, thank goodness, she only had one glass of wine, and she's been to AA every day since.
And she told Julie.
That's important because everyone knows when you tell Julie the truth, only good things
I'm saying
happen.
when you tell someone the truth. Like,
I know,
she's
but
not hiding it from...
Julie is an interesting person to go to for,
Yes.
moral support.
Well, Julie is getting her act together.
She has a ways to go.
Yeah, she's working.
She was banging a high schooler like
Season 1.
16 months ago. She's got a way to go.
My, oh my. Yeah.
Okay, so that's my rose. And I think we're going to spend the most time talking about your rose.
Really?
I think so. Let's find out. What is it?
I just thoroughly enjoyed summer at prom. Just the whole prom experience for summer in general.
So explain to me what happens. What is the story of summer at prom?
Well, first of all, Summer doesn't have a prom date. So Taylor, being the number 2 sidekick now for Summer as opposed to Marissa, decides that she's going to get Sung Ho, who is her date, the one from the Korean restaurant that she hit it off with. His cousin is going to be Summer's date, and his cousin happens to be a major K-pop star, which Summer knows nothing about. But this guy, I mean, he's really into his music and into himself, and it is wonderful.
He's so good. He's so good. And I think there's a point earlier in the episode where they're listening to K-pop. And I don't know a lot about K-pop, but I feel like the thing that they were listening to did not sound a lot like what I understand K-pop to be.
No, I agree. Anyway, so they're at prom, and Summer's all about trying to make Seth jealous because Seth is there with Anna. So she takes Volchik's flask and she just gets trashed.
So trashed.
So trashed.
And unlike when Marissa gets drunk, when Summer gets drunk, it's funny.
Yeah. And not that it is funny when people are, but her character, the direction they've decided to take her,
It was funny.
is supposed to be comical. And
this is a kind of a tangent.
yeah.
Can we talk about this prom for a sec? What is the theme of the prom that Taylor Townsend has thrown for Harbor High?
It's pirates. And here's the deal, Scott. This is what I needed to bring up to you.
Okay.
My prom.
Don't tell me it was pirate themed.
The prom itself was not pirate themed, but we had an after prom event. I don't know if your school did this the same way, but so we had our prom, which was our dance at a big place that was off campus, South Fork.
Yeah.
And so that's where the dinner and the dancing was. And then after that, you got your after prom ticket. And that was this huge thing that happened at the high school. And it was this party, and there was they'd always set up casino games. There were money booths. There were prizes for seniors to win for scholarships and all this stuff. And that was pirate themed.
See, but that's okay.
And we had Jack Sparrow walking around, and I have a picture with him.
But that's okay because after prom parties are for dorks. So it's okay for the thing to be dorky. I did not go to that. I went home and
played video games with all your friends.
I thought for a minute to try to be cool and pretend that I did the hooking up after prom thing, but no, we went to a house. There was 10 of us, and we didn't even drink. I didn't drink when I was in high school. I didn't drink till I got to college. So we just ate food and stayed up late and played games, and
that's what we did after the after prom.
Well, look at you go.
You would go to prom, and then after that you would go to someone's house and you would get changed, and you might have a little bit of snack, and you take some more pictures, and then you would go to after prom at the high school, and then you'd stay for as long as you wanted to, and then you had after prom at a person's house.
And that's where the magic happened.
Yes. No. Yes and no.
So
we just all tried to stay up.
I think if I were a high schooler at Harbor High and I walked into my prom and it, to quote Seth Cohen, looks like the cave from Goonies, I would probably be a little obsessed. It's such a dorky theme.
Yeah. I mean, your actual prom, the dance, should be classy.
It should be.
It should be.
But no, it's totally pirate themed. They don't crown prom king and queen. They crown pirate king and queen.
On a huge shipwrecked ship.
This is so Taylor Townsend, though. I love it to fucking death.
But we do want to say the pirate queen was Summer, who had to go up on the big ship, and she got her crown and then ended up falling off the ship like she had walked the plank and hurt herself.
Man overboard.
And
Who is it that yells man overboard?
I don't know.
I think it's Taylor. Taylor Townsend is fucking hilarious in this episode. Favorite character on the show.
I'm glad that you love her. But anyways, so that was Summer. And then they have their after prom at the bait shop. And I just thoroughly enjoyed Summer and Seth there.
Yeah.
Him trying to tell her everything that happened and her reaction, like
And
what you
her
had already
puking,
talked about.
Her puking.
But anyways, I just really enjoyed Summer's character at prom for her senior year.
It's really just been so fantastic to see Rachel Bilson's evolution as an actress and a character on the show, like over the course of these 3 years. That like she's basically look, let's be honest here. She's the star of the show.
She is.
Like, I understand that Seth and Ryan are the protagonists, but she's the star. Like, look at these 4 actors. Which of them has had the most success post this show?
I mean, yeah, her. She had another show all to herself.
Rachel Bilson has been working consistently since this show. What's Ben McKenzie doing now?
He was on Broadway, remember?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
He had that Batman show.
Adam Brody, yeah, but that wasn't good.
He's been doing indie films.
Adam Brody occasionally does stuff. I don't know what Misha Barton's doing. Hopefully getting well.
She kind of had a really rough time.
But, I mean, like, Josh Schwartz loved Rachel Bilson so much. The next show he made was Heart of Dixie, right? The show...
Gossip Girl.
Oh. But Rachel Bilson's not in Gossip Girl.
No.
But he made Heart of Dixie, right? Mm-hmm. And then he brought Rachel Bilson to literally be the star of that.
Yes.
And that show ran forever. And I think she's on a new show now.
I think it was just four seasons?
I don't know.
4 or 5 seasons?
I don't know. I've never watched the show. I've seen it like when various people I've been dating over the years were watching episodes of it, including you.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, she's fantastic. She's fantastic. And the episode is so much fun. And I love where she gets to do more than just be mad at Seth. Like, getting to play drunk and getting to be silly and like putting her K-pop boyfriend is so funny. Like the prom picture scene where they're all taking pictures and he's just like putting up the peace sign and she just keeps
and then
looking,
putting his hands out like he's staring at the camera and
just looking
pulling them in.
Oh my God.
It's great.
It's so great. And as we said, they get back together at the end because Seth finally tells the truth. Thank goodness.
Woohoo.
Woo fucking who.
Okay, Scott, I will say I put together the majority of the script, and I know that we didn't have a style section last time, but I think that we needed to have a style section this time, so I put in 2 things that were really important to talk about for your style section.
The one of them, I knew you were going to save it for the style section, and I wanted to talk about it at 17 different times during the course of the episode, but I knew you were going to put it here, so we saved it. So let's talk about it now.
Okay, come on. Tell me about the style of this episode, Scotty.
Anna's fucking hair.
It's so bad.
So Anna, the character, when she was on the show in the first season,
always had short hair.
Short hair, pixie cut kind of thing.
Yeah. Super cute for her character.
Good. Yeah, it worked for her. It looked good. In this show, when she comes back in season 3, for some reason that I cannot, they have decided that she's going to have long hair. Now, does the actress have long hair?
No.
No, she has the same fucking haircut she's always had because that's the look that looks good on this particular actress. So what do?
They give her really bad extensions.
The worst extensions I have ever seen. You can see the shape and outline of her entire pixie cut haircut under the extensions.
Yeah.
They are so bad.
It's real bad.
I don't know which professional looked at that completed look and said, we got it.
I mean, I have their prom picture pulled up because we're going to talk about prom, and you see underneath and her little ponytail is tucked back and you can see that she had the pixie cut and it looks so nice. It really looks great.
As long as you can't see the ponytail hanging off the back.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what was the motivation.
I don't know either, Scott, other than they just needed to show that time had passed.
Like, even if that's the goal, even if you write that down and as you're doing production design and planning, you decide, okay, to make it clear that time has passed, we're going to give her long hair. She's different. She's changed. She's got long hair.
Give her a full wig.
But like, you can scrap that plan when you see the finished product and realize that the hair extensions look awful on her.
Yeah.
Like, just say, okay, never mind. Never mind that whole plan. It's fine. She can have the same haircut. Seth has had the same haircut for 3 years. Nobody cares. Let's give her the same haircut.
It's bad.
It's horrendous.
It's real bad.
It's so bad. I could not pay attention to her in the episode. Like, we didn't talk about Anna that much in this podcast because all I can think of is hair.
It was that bad, guys.
It's awful. Go look up Anna season 3 hair. It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Yeah. So the other thing I thought was worth talking about is prom dresses. And so I tried to pull up a picture of everybody. Really, it's the girls because all the guys look the same. But
isn't it interesting that none of them are wearing tuxedos, though?
that is.
They're all wearing just suits, which, I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I just, prom is a tux event, typically. And none of them are wearing tuxes.
It's true.
A bold move.
So our 4 characters, we've got Taylor, Teresa, Summer, and Marissa all there in their dresses. I wanted you to
Rank them?
rank them.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
From favorite to least favorite.
Well,
I pulled up a bigger picture of Summer and Marissa because I figure those are the 2, in my opinion, best dresses. But if you like Teresa and Taylor's better, by all means, Anyway, never mind. I'm going to let you do it without my
So when you
opinion.
asked me this question after watching the episode and I didn't have the dresses right in front of me, my answer was I actually liked Marissa's the best. And I still like Marissa's a lot. Marissa is wearing like a cream colored dress with a heavy rose theme. Like the top, the chest area is just a big rose. And then the bottom like flare is kind of a series of roses surrounding the dress. I think it looks really good. But then when you put it, the picture you have here, she's side by side with Rachel Bilson with Summer, and I think Summer's dress looks better. I think so. Summer's wearing a black and white sleeveless, or it's not sleeveless, strapless.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, spaghetti strap.
Yeah, it's a spaghetti strap dress with like a black belt across her waist, and it's a floral pattern as well, but it's not like poofy. It's just like the stitch pattern. It's not like. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Yes.
With ruffles at the bottom.
And it has little ruffles thingies at the bottom. I will say, I think Marissa, to me, looks more what I think a prom dress looks like, where it's kind of bigger. I think of prom dresses as being like bigger, not just like a normal cocktail dress, a fancy cocktail dress. I think they're like bigger. So I think I like Summer's better, but I think Marissa's is a better prom dress. So that's my ranking. Marissa, number 1, best prom dress, which is shocking for me because Marissa's style has throughout the course of the show been frequently
hit or miss.
Yes, that's good. That's good. I put Summer as number 2. You're going to disagree with me on this. I think Taylor Townsend's red dress is numero 3. I think Anna's will be a 4. Anna's is, I think, it doesn't look like a prom dress to me. She's wearing a black dress. And then I think Teresa's, while it is colored the most appropriate for prom to me, it's like this light blue. I don't think it looks good at all.
No.
So that's my order. What about you? Did you agree with me?
I agree with Teresa being dead last.
Okay.
Hers is awful.
Well, to be fair to Teresa, she was invited to prom a day before, didn't have a lot of time to plan.
That's true. See, I actually even differ with you. I feel like Summer's dress is more prom because prom is formal and formal is long and supposed to go to the floor. Formal is floor length, which you probably just didn't know.
I did not know that.
Cocktail is short, which is what Marissa's is. Cocktail is more homecoming style, or some people wear super short. But anyways, I think I would put Summer's as number 1, Marissa's as number 2.
Okay.
I would put Anna's as number 3 because hers is a very classic looking formal dress.
But it doesn't, I don't know. Prom to me is light colors. I don't know. Maybe I have a complete.
But it's also very classic. Like she's going for a classic look. Then I would put Taylor as number 4, and I'd put Teresa as number 5.
Can I ask you,
Yeah.
what is it about Taylor's dress that you do not like? Because I don't know what I'm talking about here.
And the way that it hangs up. I don't like the scoop neck.
The chesticles?
No, it's that piece of fabric where they have it and it's bigger so that it drapes down. I don't like that style.
Okay. I don't know.
It's just not my favorite.
I think it's a pretty red color. That's all. That's really all that went into my head.
Yeah.
It's pretty red. It's pretty and it's red.
Yeah, it's a bold color.
Bold, like Taylor Townsend.
Women wear red when they want to have attention.
Well, that is my girl Taylor Townsend. Have I mentioned
And
that
you gave it to her.
Have I mentioned lately that I love Taylor Townsend?
Yes, you have.
We realized yesterday that Taylor Townsend is also featured on another show we're watching right now. She is in the second ever episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. She makes a brief guest appearance as someone
And Scott was so excited.
someone that hooks
He
up with Mac.
paused it, rewound it, so
And
I
showed
could come
you.
back in while I was brushing my teeth.
Because it was Taylor fucking Townsend, babe.
It was good.
That's it.
Okay, so that's the style section. We're going to move on to relationship status for the second to last time this whole season. So we're going to start off with Sandy and Kirsten as we do every week. Last week, they were a 5 out of 10. Sandy this week has repeatedly chosen work over Kirsten in the past few months, and it is finally catching up with their relationship. The two become more distant and less communicative. After a dinner for the hospital, Kirsten is so distraught about the state of their marriage, she drinks her first glass of wine since rehab. She doesn't want to tell Sandy about what happened because she feels he should value their relationship on his own and see what's going on.
That's the truth.
We're going to bump him down to a 3 out of 10.
Oh, is this the lowest that the Coen have ever been?
I don't know. It might be. It's pretty low.
I don't know either.
I mean, there was that whole Rebecca Jimmy saga. So
Yeah. Remember when Kirsten kissed Jimmy Cooper?
Oh, no. And then there was the other guy, too, that did the magazine. I can't remember his name right now.
That guy.
Yeah.
Langdon.
No.
I don't remember
I don't remember his
name.
name.
He just feels like a Langdon. Kevin.
Who names their kid Langdon?
Langdon.
I've never even heard of that name. I've heard of Landon.
Langdon Smith.
Gross.
Attorney at magazines.
Disgusting. Okay, tell me about Summer and Seth, Scott.
Summer and Seth, last week we gave them a 2 out of 10. Seth is determined to find a way to get into Brown. He still refuses to tell Summer the truth about what's going on, but Anna helps convince him that that is exactly what needs to take place. Eventually, Seth does tell Summer the truth about Brown, although we're not sure she's going to remember it all because she was super trashed. So we're going to bump them. They're going up, but we don't want to overreact to the truth. So we're bumping them up a mere 2 points, and then we're going to give the final 2 episodes of the season, to see where they land. So we're going to put them 4 out of 10. Conservative, but safe, I think.
Good job. Okay, so next up we have Julie and Neil. Last week they were at a 6 out of 10. Neil wants Julie to be more supportive of him at the events for the hospital this week. Julie thinks that if she goes to all these events, that it's going to be opening her up to be the subject of gossip, and she's not about that. So his pleas work, though, and Julie puts her new man above her own potential embarrassment, starts to go to those. So we're going to give him a point to bump him up to a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Couple of the week, baby.
Yeah.
I will say, to be entirely honest with you, I had forgotten who Neil was the first time I read Julie and Neil. And it was only halfway through you reading this that I said, oh, Dr. Roberts.
They don't ever call him Neil. They just call him Dr. Roberts.
No.
But we can switch and call him Dr. Roberts if you prefer.
Sure. Next up, we have Marissa and Volchek. We gave them a 3 out of 10 last week. Marissa wants to give college a try and return back to her life, and Volchek does not understand. Then he rents a movie that Marissa uses to tell him about how she wants to pursue life and her previous goals, which makes Marissa fall back into his bed. Despite Marissa being invested in Volchek, again, he is making out with girls right and left, and also left and right. Yeah, he makes out with a chick at prom. That's not, we didn't talk about that, but she busted him making out with a chick at prom.
And Ryan was trying to protect him.
Yeah.
Well, protect her, but
protect
still
her
protect
from
him.
having her prom ruined. That's all she really cared about.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's our couples.
So
I decided
noticed-
not to put Ryan and Teresa on there because
let's be
I don't like
honest here.
Teresa and I don't want to open that door again.
Ryan and Teresa, -1 out of 10. Boom.
Okay.
Go home to your child, Teresa, and stop
Yeah.
fucking around with this high school.
Eddie's kid.
Yeah. Eddie, who we all remember very well. from that episode in which he was
in
featured.
multiple episodes.
In that episodes which he was featured. We remember him very distinctly. We have not forgotten that that was a character at all. At all.
Like Dawn.
Because we are professionals and we remember all the things.
Who's Dawn?
Look, you tell me Dawn, I think Buffy. You know, it ain't fair. It's like naming a character in the show Buffy and expecting me to remember who they are. No,
Okay.
That's a character from Buffy. There's no Xander in the show, babe.
There's not.
Because these are characters from a different show.
I know.
So you don't name characters the same thing. Is there a Cordelia in this show? Is there a Willow in this show? Man, Joss Whedon picks weird names
He
for
does
characters.
pick weird names.
Huh. But I like them. They're distinct and unique. And you remember them.
Yeah.
Unlike Eddie. Who the fuck? I honestly, I don't remember Eddie at all.
I
Neil.
remember him. Dr. Roberts. Okay, Scott, let's just go ahead and move on. We
Okay.
have 2 more episodes to wrap up season 3. Episode 24, Man of the Year.
Ooh.
And episode 25, The Graduates.
So this is really interesting.
Yes.
Obviously, The Graduates is going to be about them graduating.
Okay.
But the Man of the Year is an award that old Caleb Nichol won back in the day.
Yeah.
And they have been, hitting the drum of Sandy Cohen has turned in to Caleb Nichol. So I'm wondering if he wins, or if this is he either actually literally wins the award, or this is a playoff of the fact that he's just become like his father-in-law. And they're going to play off that in fun ways. I think my prediction here is that 24 deals a lot with Sandy stuff.
Okay.
And then not so much. I think that stuff gets resolved by the end of that episode, and then the final episode is mostly about the kids.
Okay. Well, we're going to see. Maybe
right.
we'll see tonight. I don't know. We'll see if you're going to be tired enough.
We will see.
But that's all we have time for this week, folks. So if you like this podcast, you can go check out all the other shows that we do over at doofmedia.com. One show that I know that Scott's going to be, or he's recorded 2 extra shows about Stephen King this week. One about The Stand. Looking forward to hearing that with his cousin, DJ, special guest star.
My Harvard cousin
Yes.
appeared on the show to talk to me about the Stand miniseries. That episode will not be coming out until our son is born, because that's going to be a replacement episode for the week
Sorry
that
if
baby
I
comes.
spoiled that.
It's not. It's a surprise.
Okay. Well, the other one that I know is going to come out this week for, I think, patrons is
Yes.
the Langoliers
Yes.
episode of you and Matt talking about. I watched the movie, which was 2 parts of a made-for-TV movie.
That's correct.
It's a good storyline. The acting, not my favorite, but I actually really enjoyed the story. So for someone who, is not a big Stephen King fan, but a Scott fan, listen or give some money to Patreon so you can listen to this show.
Yeah, it's
It was good.
our monthly Other Levels of the Tower, where we take a look at Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of the show.
We are pretty limited on which adaptations we can do, because it has to be stuff that Matt's seen already before, because I don't want to spoil him on books that we're going to eventually read. So, but if he's already spoiled, no big deal. So we're kind of limited in what we do. So this month we picked the Langoliers.
But that's the Other Levels of the Tower, which is actually Patreon protected. So if you want to listen to that show, then go to patreon.com/doofmedia and you can donate some money so that you can listen to that. But we also have other shows that are not just Patreon protected
Oh my
shows.
God, we got so many.
Yeah, we've got the Doofcast, which is doing another really fun thing right now, March Madness. I've already voted for round 2. You should vote for round 2 also.
Do you know where to go to do that?
Doofmedia.com.
/
March Madness.
No.
Doof Madness.
Yes.
I guessed on that, but thank you. Yeah. Or you can just go to the Instagram profile and click the link in the bio. That's what I did too.
Follow us on Insta. We're big on Insta these days.
I'm big on Insta.
I'm doing it. I'm doing the stories. Doing
I know
the
you
posts.
are. You're doing the stories.
I'm putting the GIFs on them.
You're doing a good job.
I'm so good at this now, guys. I'm like a social media expert.
You're trying. What else do we got coming out this week? Anything else?
I mean, we got our weekly shows, Do the Right Thing, Pale Reflections, all that stuff continuing. It's just another great
Just
week
another
here at Doof Media.
So go check all those
Exclamation
out.
point.
I already said if you want to donate, you can at Patreon. But if you happen to be listening via Apple Podcasts, you can also go over and give us a rating and a review. That would be lovely.
It would be lovely.
Giving us all those stars and those kind words.
So many stars and so many kind words.
Yep. So I think that's about it, Scott.
That
Anything
is.
else you want to add?
No, I don't. Hopefully, we'll see you folks next week on our final episode of season 3. If we're not back, it's because there's a baby now and we couldn't do the show. But one way or t'other, we'll see you again. Is there a song that's like, don't know where, don't know when?
I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is.
Some sunny day.
We'll see. Bye.